Hi guys, it's Nick. Okay, I thought I'd share something with you today. I was sorting out some of the racking at the back, trying to find room to put all of that haul stuff that I've been listing, and I came across something that I picked up last boot sale season back in the summer. I picked up a projector, an 8mm projector for old cine film. I wanted the projector, which was this. This is a Sankyo Dulux 1000 cine projector. They sell for, on Buy It Now, they're ranging from 40 all the way up to 90. It looks like the sort of middle ground is where you're likely to get a decent sale, about 60 to 70. So I wanted that, but it came as a job lot for £10 with there's a couple of boxes here of films and a great big tray over here. Let me just move the camera and show you. So all of this as well, and a little viewer, and then all of these films in here. Hopefully you can see that. So like I said, I wanted the projector. Happy to pay a tenner to get hold of that, which I'm going to sell as it is, shoot for 60, 70. And then I've got all of this other stuff. These little viewers, little manual winders, aren't really worth a great deal, but I probably sell that on as it is. And then I'm left with all of the film. Now, a lot of it is like family weddings and stuff, which obviously won't have any real value anyway. Plus, it's personal family footage of whoever's owned this in the first place. So unfortunately they're just going to be binned. I bought it off a house clearance guy that I've seen before at boot sales around here, and he said to me that he got it in house clearance. I asked him if he knew any of the history of it, and he said no, it's just house clearance stuff. So it's really, I thought it was really quite sad that this guy was obviously a big film collector, because these big reels, they're huge, hours and hours of footage, all been edited together, and there's about 2 or 3 decades worth of footage in here, from the 60s all the way through to the 80s. And it just seemed really sad. But then thankfully on a few of them it has this sort of message: transferred to DVD May 2011. So I really hope that it was all transferred onto DVD and then shared around the family, and that the family have copies of this footage. It would seem likely, because, as I say, there's these transferred to DVD messages on some of the reels. But my question is, firstly, have any of you had any experience of selling on this sort of stuff? Because some of this footage, I think, will have some sort of value to collectors. And some of what I'm going to show you, I think, has some real historical value. I've been through it all, and I've used the little handheld viewer to take a look at some of this. Like I said, a lot of it is just family stuff, it's holidays, and it's all people shots, what you'd expect. And that has no real value apart from to the family. So that stuff, sadly, will be binned. But there's some cool stuff in here. If I can find it now. One that I found particularly interesting, not going to find it now. Oh, here we go. Is this one. Now this could have some significant historical value. It says Royal Wedding Decorations 1960. Now I haven't done any research. I don't know which royal got married in 1960. Let's see if we can find out. I do Royal Wedding 1960, see if Google will tell me. Should have done this beforehand really, but Margaret weds Armstrong Jones. There we go. So Princess Margaret. So this Princess Margaret's wedding in 1960. It's the only one that comes up on here, so I presume that is it. This is very specifically decorations, and I think when I looked at the footage, I think it's Harrow somewhere. So yeah, ones like that. Has anyone had any experience trying to sell stuff like that. There's some other cool things in here. I mean, there's York 1977. So to a local historian in York, or a collector of vintage cine, or an archivist interested in York and Yorkshire, whatever, do you think that would sell to a collector? And do I have to go through these and see if there's any personal footage or family footage on them? You know what I mean? Do I have to take that out? I'm not sure legally where I stand, but then I've bought it legitimately at car boot sale. Does it matter? I'm really not sure on where I stand with that. But some really cool stuff in here. The Harrow Show, surely that'll have a certain amount of interest. Spring in London, no date on that one. So yeah, obviously in here there's also Chris Carr's wedding, so this will just be family stuff or friends. It will just be, unfortunately, going in the bin. But yeah, I think there's got to be a market for some of this stuff. There were some cool ones in here. There's just loads and loads of it. Where are we? Can't find the stuff now. Yeah, Highlands and Islands in 1962. So for somebody who lives in the Highlands and Islands, that could be fascinating for them and potentially have a certain amount of value to somebody. Scotland 1964, Scotland 1987, so that's a whole reel. I mean, that there's going to be a good sort of, I don't know, hour's footage on there. It's a big old chunky reel. What else have we got in here? Lyme Regis 1975, Salisbury 1985. So yeah, let me know if anyone has had experience selling vintage footage, if anyone knows about the legalities of selling footage with, you know, pictures of family and friends in it. Is there any issue with that? Sylvia and Don's wedding. Well, clearly that just has no value and I can't do anything with that. There's another one, just Isle of Man, undated. So if that's just footage showing towns and views and stuff all around the Isle of Man, let's say in the 1960s or 70s, to a historian of the Isle of Man, they would love that. You know, that's unique. So yeah, and it goes on and on. There's just tons of it. But whether it's gonna, if I have to go through and actually edit out footage of people, it's not going to be worth my time and effort. But I can't see that that's going to be an issue. I really don't know. Blueberry, whatever Blueberry is. North Devon 1962. There's just so much stuff in here. Oh, there's one at our wedding, so that will have no value or interest to anybody else apart from the people at the wedding. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know how you would go about selling these, if you would sell these, if you think they've got any value. There's loads in here. We've got Weymouth 1981 and then Weymouth 1980, Costa del Bournemouth. Excellent. Yeah, I don't know. I love this sort of vintage stuff, and I love local history to me, and if I found a load of footage of Hitchin, I would love it and I would pore over that stuff. And you know, if somebody had it up for sale, I would probably buy it. So just going on my interest in this sort of stuff to my local area, I feel sure that, I mean, it's like the whole postcards thing. I've sold many postcards in the past. If you speak to Ken Chapman, he sells postcards of villages and towns, and they go for silly money sometimes. I sold individual cards up to £25, £30. just of a street in a random village somewhere. So to have unique footage, there has to be surely some value to it. It's just the question. I suppose I feel a bit funny about the fact that this is somebody's personal, you know, footage from their family and from their life. Just feels a bit weird. See, there's artery of Europe. Not sure what that is. I'm gonna have to look at some of these. A load of foreign holidays in here: Malta, Israel, faraway places, 1969. So who knows? So there you go. That's it. Just a quick one. So if you have any info, if you've got any advice for me on this stuff, or just let me know what you would do with it, or what you think, how I should proceed with this stuff. I mean, it's not a big deal really, because like I said, I was buying the projector essentially and was happy to pay £10 to get that. The rest of it was lumped in. I just think there has to be some value in it, and I'd rather than bin it all that it goes to a collector or to a historian anyway, and the footage is used and, you know, somebody enjoys it. It would be such a shame to bin it all. So anyway, let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed that. Please give it a thumbs up, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye for now.